Hey guys, thank you so much for jumping on this YouTube live with me. I apologize for being a little bit late today. Today's topic that I want to talk about is how you can forgive somebody without having to talk to them. People always feel that they need to talk to somebody and they have to get that closure from that person who hurt them in order to forgive them. Sometimes, honestly, you won't get that closure. You won't get that closure that we so deep down inside of us want from that person, right? Especially if that person has animosity to you, especially if that person, is mad at you, or, you guys ended a friendship or a relationship on bad terms, and the other person is just like still so sour about you, even though you feel that you want to try to make amends. You want to try to let them know how you feel, that you're sorry for what you did and you forgive them for what they did to you, right? Sometimes we're not always going to be able to, make amends. Sometimes the people that, you had that situation with is not going to want to even talk to you, not going to even want to, make amends with you because they're just so angry with what they feel that you did to them without them trying to even own up what they did to you, right? So sometimes you're going to have to take a step back and release it and let it go and say to yourself, you know what? Even though this person doesn't want to talk to me, even though this person is not even accepting my apology, I forgive them. I forgive them. And then you can say out loud and speak to the universe or speak to God and say, I forgive you. I forgive you for all the pain, the trauma, the lies, the hurt that you put me through. I forgive you, and I give you to God. I give to God. Or if you don't believe in God and you believe in the universe, I give to the universe. I give to the universe and I release and free yourself. Free yourself from the anger. Free yourself from the frustration. Free yourself from the pain. Because the only person that's going to be a prisoner in their mind is you. Is you. You're going to be off of that situation, off that scenario, off of that relationship. Again, whether it be a friend, whether it be a family member, whatever the case may be, like the only person that's staying a prisoner in their feeling, in their mind, is you, right? Sometimes those people are off living their own jolly life, not even thinking about how they hurt you, not even thinking about how you hurt them. And they're just like so good to shut that side off and just ignore their feelings, their emotions of that situation. And then you're stuck there and you can't shut it down. You can't forget about that, the way they treat you or the way that they are, right? You just want closure. You want to understand, why is that person like that? Why did that person treat me that way? Why does that person not care? And you kill yourself. You literally hurt yourself and kill yourself, asking yourself over and over and over again these questions inside of your head because you want closure. You want them to either, forgive you, and you want to forgive them. And you feel that you have to talk to them in order for you to get that closure, in order for you to feel free, that you can make amends. Guess what? I'm here to tell you guys that you can make amends. You can forgive them, and you can ask for forgiveness from them without even talking to them. Because at the end of the day, they may not forgive you. They may not, but you can forgive yourself, right? You wanting to own up, right? Wanting to own up and say that you're sorry, or wanting to forgive them, right? That's showing that you're ready to move on, that you're okay to move on. That you, with you doing that alone, coming up with that idea that you want to forgive them, right? That's already showing to yourself that you're ready to move on from it. and move forward from it. But if that other person, you can't control how people are. You can't control how people act. You can't control how people think, but you can control the way you think. You can control your actions. You can control your feelings. So that's why it's so important to understand, you guys, if somebody does not physically say that they forgive you or physically accept your apology or whatever the case may be, as long as you know deep down inside of your heart that you're willing to open your heart back up to forgive them or apologize, then you're already winning. You're already being able to move on, right? With yourself. You don't need that closure. Sometimes it's our ego fighting us, saying we need that closure. We need that person's approval. We need that person to say, I forgive you. Somebody can say those words to you and not even fucking mean it. Not even mean it. Not even care. Not even care. Maybe they're just saying that to just get you out of their hair, right? So why are those words so important to you to hear that from that other person? Think about it. It's our ego. It's our ego digging inside of us saying that we need to hear those words when realistically you don't. You don't need to hear somebody say that they forgive you. You need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for allowing somebody to treat you that way. Forgive yourself for saying to yourself, man, I'm sorry I allowed you to get that angry to hurt somebody else, but then in turn hurt you. I forgive you for getting that angry. I forgive you for making a mistake that you shouldn't have did to that person, right? Forgive yourself. Understand that once you forgive you, and you're willing to forgive that other person for hurting you, and you want to apologize for whatever it is that you did or whatever the case may be, if they don't want it, it is what it is. It's okay, right? You can't kill yourself that another person does not want to accept your apology or the other person doesn't want to apologize, because there's always two sides of a story. There's always two sides of a story. So either that it can't always be that one person is always wrong. I'm not saying that majority of the time that there is a person who plays a bigger part in the story to hurt somebody, right? But it takes two. I could sit here and say that because yes, I went through a really, really messed up situation when it came to, you guys all hear from a YouTube video, a messed up situation with my ex doing the most messed up shit to me. But I played a part in, throughout the years, I'm pretty sure I said some really mean things to him. I'm pretty sure I hurt his heart in other situations. So yeah, what he did was wrong, right? But at the same time, we all have our flaws. We are not one to judge, because nobody in life is perfect. So we can't sit there and stand there and point the finger and judge. But what we can do is ask for forgiveness and apologize and analyze the situation for ourselves to make sure that we don't put ourselves in that position again, either to make that mistake, either to get angry, to hurt somebody, right? And it also, at the end of the day, it always comes back down to you working on you to forgive yourself and say, I am willing to forgive that person. But if that person doesn't want my forgiveness or doesn't want to hear from me, I respect their wishes, I release them, and I give them to God, or I give them to the universe. And I wish them the best and let it go. Because if you keep dwelling on wanting that forgiveness, the only person you are hurting is you, not them, you. Because you're beating yourself over and over again. That's only causing more damage to your mindset and your emotions, your heart. That's keeping you stagnant from moving forward. We cannot control other people. We can't. All we can do is control ourselves and learn from our lessons to be able to move on and move forward from the lessons that we learn. Whether they're good lessons, whether they're bad lessons, whether we're right, whether we're wrong, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, everybody on this earth is is capable of making a change within themselves. We are capable to stand up and say that we're going to make a change in ourselves and forgive the past and forgive whatever happened, release it and let it go. Because you holding on to that shit and wanting that forgiveness from that other person that doesn't want to give it to you is not doing you any justice. It is only going to keep you stagnant, right? So my tips that I would give you guys in order to understand that you don't need that person's forgiveness, that you can still forgive them and be able to move on and move forward, is just saying to yourself, at the end of the day, I know that I did this, I did that. Acknowledge the things that you did wrong, right? Acknowledge the areas and what that person did to hurt you or they did wrong, and say to yourself that I forgive them and I forgive myself. And that I am learning every day how to be a better person from that situation. And that I'm going to take these experiences as learning lessons and give it to the universe or give it to God and leave it in the universe's hands or God's hands and say, no matter what, I know that I can move on from this a better person. I have the ability within inside of me to move on from this and be a better person. And I wish that person well. I wish them happiness, prosperity, and I wish them well. And you move on. And that's how you can move on without getting forgiveness from that person, literally speaking it and saying it into your in front of your face. Because sometimes, you guys, we kill ourselves. We beat ourselves up really bad, wanting that forgiveness from somebody else, begging it from them, not knowing if they're whenever they're going to decide to stand up and want to talk to us. Sometimes in certain situations, that person will torture you, knowing that you want their forgiveness so badly. Wake up, you guys. Wake up and understand that you don't need to go through that torture. You don't need somebody to belittle you or treat you any type of way. Everybody makes mistakes in life, and it's okay. It's okay to not get that forgiveness from that person, not those words from that person. I believe in God. I believe that God is the only person that can judge you. And God forgives all his children, all of his children. So why can't you forgive yourself without needing that other person to forgive you? You can forgive yourself. You can forgive whatever mistakes you made in life, right? And rely on God and know that God will always forgive his children. And he's the only person that can judge you. That there's nobody else in this world that can judge you except for the God Almighty. Not even you. You can't even judge yourself. So stop judging yourself. If you're looking for that person to forgive you and they're not forgiving you, stop judging yourself. You don't need their forgiveness, right? Because God forgives you. Just own up to whatever mistakes you made, or, own up to whatever ways that person hurt you, and say to yourself, it was a learning lesson. It's part of my journey. I learned a great, valuable lesson from this, right? And move on and move forward. And know that everybody makes mistakes, and everybody's deserving to be forgiven at a certain point in life. And as long as you're trying your hardest to be a better person, that's all that really matters, you guys. So if you're listening to this, man, you've ever went through a situation where you're going through a situation right now that you want somebody to forgive you, and you're begging for it, you're dying for it, and you're fighting for it, stop and look at this video and hear me out. To make a change today, to respect yourself and love yourself and know your self-worth, that you don't need that other person to utter the words, I forgive you. That you can forgive yourself, and you can learn from that situation and move on from that situation, and not be stuck with a guilty heart, not be stuck beating yourself up, not be stuck hating yourself. No. Stop that. Look at this video. Play this video over and over and over and over and over again if you freaking have to. And understand that God loves you, right? And if you don't believe in God, believe that the universe loves you, right? And that we are human, we all make mistakes, we all deserve to be forgiven at some point in life, right? As long as we own up to our mistakes and, own up to wanting to like learn and grow and be a better person. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, right? I really appreciate you guys hopping on with me and watching this video with me. I hope this fired you up to just understand, take some key notes and learn from the things that I just talked about. So even if you didn't go through a situation like this and you ever do, you can always look back at this video and say, man, no, I forgive myself. I forgive myself and I know that I'm worthy to be forgiven and that there's nobody that can judge me on this earth. Right, guys? Thanks so much for watching again, you guys. I really appreciate it. I say in all my videos, each one teach one, share the love, share the knowledge. So whatever you learned from this video, whatever tips I shared with you, whatever advice, have a conversation about it with a friend, right? A family member, right? And talk about this because it's all about paying it forward, you guys. So thanks for watching and go check out my Instagram page, you guys. I have a lot of great motivational stuff on my Instagram page as well. So it's Toronto_Tracy_Gobin. I also have a TikTok channel you can go check out. It's Toronto_666. And I just released an amazing podcast with one of my girls named Tricia. It's called The Winner's Circle, you guys. We talk about great tips about entrepreneurship, about mindset, about a life in general. Great podcast. So go check it out, you guys. I really appreciate it. Again, you guys, I can't stress this so much to you guys. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the views. It just warms my heart that I'm able to share my experiences and my knowledge with everybody out there that watches this video. So again, love you guys to bits, and I'll see you guys again Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Take care, you guys, and bye.